This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so process costing is the last cost accounting system that we'll look at where we're working in detail, looking at a lengthy process of how to account for a system. And then is when we move to variable cost and cost volume. Not as much length in terms of what we're doing there. So we want to get through this last system. And a good example of process costing is the energy industry that we have here, where there's one process where the Gulf is taken out of the, oil is taken out of the Gulf as crude. Then it comes into Houston, Galveston, Louisiana, and it's refined into gasoline. So it's one product, but there's a set of costs in the Gulf. Then there's another set of costs on land. And so we want to account for these costs separately. Okay, we need to know what the costs are to get the crude and what's the cost to refine it. So when we have items like gasoline as the end product, and it's going through a cycle, so you can't really identify what gasoline, where the gasoline is in the crude. You can't quite identify where it is when it's refined because it could be anywhere in here. And so it's hard, and it's hard to separate it. It's not like the books or the computers where you got separate units, televisions, but it's a continuous, uniform type of product. And so, and we look at it, because like I said, that's the major industry in Texas and Houston. And so we need to look at it. You need to be familiar with it. Okay. Any questions? See if we can get a little understanding of what we'll be doing. Suppose there's a 3-person team that did a consulting contract. And suppose they were paid $300 to do this consulting contract. Team member 1 worked 8 hours, team members 2 worked 8 hours, team member 3 works 4 hours. How are we going to allocate the 300? So there's a $300 consulting contract. Team members 1 and 2 work 8 hours. Team member 3 work 4 hours. Are we gonna give everybody $100?
No.
Why?
Well, Team 3 only worked 4 hours, so why would I give them $100? And they worked half as Team 1 and Team 2.
So how much you gonna give them?
Well, it looked like they got half of 120.
And if you can kind of remember back to weighted average inventories, we have $300 that we're allocating, and 20 hours were worked. So if we divide 20 into 300, we get an average rate of pay of $15 per hour, right? Total hours worked 20. Total pay 300. So 20 into 300 gives us about $15 an hour So A will get 15 times 8. So how much would that be?
120.
B would get 15 times 8.
120.
And 3 and
15 times 4. That's 60.
4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
so that's, so we could get everybody 100, but this seems like a better way to do it, to come up with a weighted average weight and assign the pay based on that.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind as we go through. Let's keep that in the backdrop as we go through. When we have process accounting, different from joint product costing, there's a work in process 1 account and a work in process 2 account. So in work in process 1, we make journal entries for raw materials, labor, and overhead. Then we transfer the cost to work in process 2. Then we make the journal entries once again for raw materials, labor, and overhead. Then we transfer the finished goods. So we go from work in process 1 to work in process 2 to finished goods. One product that's being made, but it's 2 processes, and it could be more than 2 processes. So that's the difference, but a lot of it is the same. Work in process, raw material, work in process, labor, work in process, manufacturing overhead. It works a little different. And making these journal entries, that's the key thing that we got to learn how to do. And the way we do that, we begin with the first process. We determine the total completed units, convert the incomplete units to equivalent units, determine total raw material costs, determine the total process costs, calculate the cost per unit, similar to what we just did, then allocate the cost between the completed units and the incompleted units. So if you remember before, we would allocate the cost 100% for our conversion costs, which are the labor and overhead, which convert the raw materials, and then we would prorate the raw materials. But now, different, we're going to prorate both. So we're going to prorate both. Another difference is that we're going to sell at 4 times the cost. So we don't determine the cost ahead of time. So the energy industry, they don't have a cost that's out there at the beginning of the month. They do a cost plus. What our cost, we multiply the cost times the selling price multiple that they're using, because you all have to have gasoline. You have to run to NASA all over the place and just buy gasoline. So since you all gonna buy it, they make sure they don't lose money. Okay. So let's see if we can work this problem. There were 12,000 units that were scheduled to be produced. The raw material purchases 400,000, so it got it simple. Transferred to work in process 330, direct labor 272,500, the overhead was 200,000, and we complete 10,000 units. The remaining 2,000 units are 50% complete for raw materials and 25% complete for conversion costs, with our conversion costs being labor and overhead. Our conversion costs, those are the costs that convert the raw materials to finished goods. So let's look at this first process. And we have a standard set of journal entries we're going to make. We're going to debit raw materials to buy, then we're going to debit work in process 1, work in process for those same 3 things. And so this is stage 1, stage 2, then we're going to make the transfer. So let's buy the raw materials. So how much raw materials did they buy?
250,000.
More than that. Okay, no.
Oh, 400. I'm sorry. I'm looking at 2. They bought 400,000.
400,000 of raw material. The same journal, standard journal. Then how much of the raw materials they transfer to work in process?
330,000.
How much did they pay the labor?
Direct labor,
Mhm.
272,500.
And what was the manufacturing overhead?
Manufacturer overhead was 200,000.
So the question becomes, how much are we going to transfer from work in process 1 to work in process 2? So how much will transfer?
You said how much we're going to transfer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's my paper.
We'll go down
Okay.
to that. So this was what, 400,000? And 330. We're supposed to make 12.
Can you go back up? Go back up, Professor, when you're done. You put that under, where did you put that under?
What?
Okay, the beginning. Okay. I thought you was changing up stuff. Never mind.
No, I haven't changed anything yet. So 272, 500, and 200,000. Now before we would just make this as 12,000.
That's supposed to be 12,000?
I thought we were trying to make 12,000.
What's the beginning? I
Yeah,
think that may have been 12 and then we do 10. Let me
right.
see.
Yeah, then we finished 10.
Yeah. So 12 and 10.
Okay, so the question becomes how we going to allocate it. And if we go back in the problem, it says the units remaining in inventory are 50% complete for raw materials and 25% for the conversion costs. so we have
One question, Professor. So for the T accounts, we got, you know how we got the work in process 1? On mine, I have 12 and 10. Then for work in process 2, I just have 10. And then for, I'm trying to make sure ours, so like that, what you have right there, I have that in work in process 1, not 2.
correct. Correct. This should be all one.
That's going to be the one. So what's that one over there that you have? That's just
Well, this
a
is
duplicate?
this is actually wrong.
Raw materials. But raw materials at the bottom.
Yeah, you're right. Let me. This is working.
Make that one 1. Make that work in process 1, and then make that one work in process 2, and then transfer the numbers. Or you can just swap it around and just keep that one 1 and put that one 2.
Let's copy. This is work in process 1.
Mm-hmm.
And this is working. Okay. And the raw materials were down here. We bought 400,000 and transferred in. 330. Okay. So we have this table. And with this table, we're going to work to look at how much cost we're going to transfer, and we separate direct material and the conversion cost. So we started 12,000 units. And we completed 10,000 units. So that means we have 2,000 partially complete. And for this 2,000 that were partially complete, the problem says that they were 50% complete for raw materials. So they had 50% of the work done to them. So if we want to convert that to equivalent, we just multiply 2,000 times 50%, and we get 1,000. So it's like the completed units work 10,000 hours. The partially completed units work 1,000 hours. So you had a group that did 10,000. You had another group that did 1,000. So just like we added those hours before, and we got 8, 8, and 4 to be 20. We have 10 and 1. So the total units would be equivalent units would be 11,000. And we said the cost of the raw materials is 330. So we're gonna get a cost for equivalent units, just like we did to pay in another situation. And if the total cost is $330 and the equivalent units are 11,000, what's our cost per equivalent unit?
Wait, do we just supposed to divide 330,000?
All you got to do is divide 330,000 by 11.
30.
Okay, 30,
3.
Mm-hmm.
good number. And we said we transferred out 10,000. So therefore, the cost transferred is going to be
30 times
10,000.
10,000.
So we're transferring out
300,000.
300,000.
Okay.
And everything. All right, time for you all to work on the conversion cost. So you see what we
Okay.
did, the raw materials. So the
Okay.
raw materials coming out is 300,000. Let's go back up here to the assumptions and let's see if you can do the conversion cost.
So we're still up there in work in process 1. We still dealing with these same numbers, or are we going to work in process 2? Same
Still
numbers?
working. Yeah, we got to determine, we're still working on the journal entry to transfer. We know how much raw materials we're transferring.
Okay.
You all got to transfer the labor and overhead costs. So we transferred 300 of the 330. How much of the 472,500 is going to be transferred?
So 300,000 of that, right? So will we only transfer 1,000 or no? How do we calculate this?
Would we be using the same percentage?
How many units did we start?
We started with 12,000. Also, we keep that? Okay.
How many we completed?
10.
So partially complete would be what? But what percentage were these partially complete? That is, how many hours did they work? And it tells us they were 25% complete. So they only work 25% of the time.
You said it tell us that they was 25%?
What it says in the assumption.
Oh, yeah. Complete for raw materials and 25% complete for conversion costs. Okay, so will we add?
You're going to multiply first.
Okay.
25% of 500, 2,000 is going to give us what? 500. So now we're going to add the 510,000. We're going to get 10,500.
So we only would do 25% of 2,000?
That's right.
Okay.
Just like we did 50% of 2,000.
Okay.
And these total costs for labor and overhead was what? 272,500 and 200,000. That's 472,500. 472,500. So we're going to divide 472,500 by the 10,500. And we divide 472,500 by 10,500. How much do we get?
45.
I'll take your word for it. So 10,000 are the ones that were finished. So we're going to multiply 45 by 10,000 and we're going to get what?
450,000.
$150,000. So transferring out is going to be $300,000 for materials, conversion costs $450, or a total of $750,000.
And why do we use conversion costs?
To accomplish what we did here.
Okay.
The completed units, they work 8 hours. This person's got an incomplete, they didn't work a full amount of time. This person worked one half the time.
Mhm.
We got what, 4 hours because he only worked one half the time. A similar type of concept. Okay, so we add these two numbers together, we get 750. And so now the amount in this journal entry is 750,000.
Wait, how do we get 750,000? By adding 304. Okay, I see it. Sorry.
That's okay. That's a good question. So we have this chart, this process costing chart, I guess. But what's a good name for this chart?
Should we call it work in process 1 or what? Or process costing?
Yeah, I'm just. Let's call it process costing cost allocation chart.
Cost allocation chart?
Yeah, because we're determining how much we're going to allocate to the next process on the finished good. So I just put that name on. But we just use this chart. And so I'll expect when you have your problem to use this chart to do that. And it might be good. Well, I'm required. I want you all to use Excel. So I got this in Word, but when you work your homework problem, you're going to use Excel. Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's 75,000. That 7,500 thousand. We put that under our journal entry under the work in process 2 and work in process 1, or where do we put that? Can you go back up for me? Okay.
So we're going to post 750 here. And we're going to debit work in process 2 for 750,000.
Okay.
And so this number now becomes 10,000. I'm glad to see what this number becomes. Okay, so now we go to the information for work in process 2. It tells you raw materials purchased 250, transferred in 150.
Direct
Then
labor 275. Okay.
you apply 200,000 in manufacturing overhead, and you complete 1,000 units. So you brought in 10, you complete 8. There are 2,000 are 50% complete for raw materials and 75% for conversion cost.
Okay.
So we're going to standard journal entry. So we get to work in process 2. We're debiting raw materials for 250. Crediting accounts payable for 250. Then we transferred in
150,000.
So I got all these over. I just leave them there.
Okay, and then you want us to go right to the T account and make sure we put everything in?
Of course,
150,
of course.
150,
Raw
275.
materials is got another 250, right?
What did you say?
Got another 250 in raw materials, correct?
We did
Then we
150.
50.
So for raw materials, we put in another 250. No, 250. Then work in process 2, 150 debited.
Okay.
And then you credit raw materials.
Then the labor is what?
275,000. And the manufacturer overhead is debit 200,000. Then your manufacturer overhead is 200,000.
Now we're ready to make our big journey, transfer to finished goods.
Okay.
All right, you all got 10 minutes.
Wait, go up. So what are we transfer? So it's 10,000, and then what else? Do you want us to do it for both of them, for 1 and 2, or just how you want us to do this since now we have 2 of them?
Okay. These are the costs for the
1.
for one
Mm-hmm.
to where the crew comes out of the Gulf.
Right.
Now we're Houston processing it. So we got these costs plus these costs. So we got 2 sets.
So for, you know how we started with 10 books?
They completed how many?
Let me go back because that's what I was just about to ask.
8,000 units.
8,000 units, yes. So now we're going to put 8,000 over here. Okay, so we just have to do our calculation.
Yep.
For raw materials. Okay.
So what I want to know is how much is going to go in this journal entry here to go in the finished goods.
You want us to do it together, or like you asking now? Are we going to do it as a class, or you want us to do it
Yeah, I want
separately?
y'all to do it as a class together.
Okay,
y'all go ahead and work. So you're going to have to fill out this chart again.
okay, but first we got to get the numbers. You want us to just do the numbers and do like 83% of whatever on this side and balance out the T accounts, right? Is that what you asking?
I'm asking you to go through a
Or
similar
you just want
process.
us to, or just put in the numbers like we already did?
Put the numbers in process 2 and come up with the total cost transfer.
Oh, okay, that's simple. I thought you was trying to have us like work everything out with the T accounts.
Well,
Okay.
do that.
I
Once
mean,
you make the entry, we'll post it and get the balances in the T account.
okay.
But we need our final journal entry. We got all the others posted, don't we?
Okay, so we
Much-
still keeping the same units, right? Which is 12,000.
Say that again.
For this chart, we still keeping the same units, which is 12,000. When it say unit started?
No,
No?
In
Why?
process 2, we started 10,000 units.
Oh yeah, we did start at 10,000 units.
That's a good question. So it's 10,000.
So units completed, and it'll be 8,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for partially completed, up. So it's still 2,000.
Mm-hmm. And note that now we can simply copy this material and put it over here.
Oh yeah, let me do that.
Because it stays the same. So the
Oh,
first,
I just messed something up. Okay, let me see.
now what's our percentage complete? How many
Um, I
items?
think it was 70. Let me go back up. 70. Wait, units. It's still 50%.
Gotta read what it says.
Okay, wait. Remaining inventory 200 units, 50% complete for raw material and 75% completed for. Well, we only doing this side, so it will still be 50%, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I know for the other side it's going to be 75.
Oh, okay.
So this is when we just simply add. Wait, no, we got to do 50% of 2,000, which is we just put 1,000 down, just like the top, and then we just add everything all up.
So when you add everything up, what do you get? It's telling you add lines what?
1 through 4.
1 plus 4. It didn't say 1 through 4.
Oh, 1 plus 4. So yeah, so it would just be 11,000 because we just added 10,000 plus 1,000.
1.
Hold on, let me highlight that because for some reason, let me highlight that. Okay. And then the total cost.
Well, you didn't tell me what's the amount, what goes on that line.
Oh, I put 11,000. I said 11,000. I don't think you heard me. Sorry.
I heard you. What's on line 1?
Line 1 is 10,000.
Line 0, that's line 0. What's on line
Oh
1?
no. Line 1 is 8, so it's supposed to be 9,000.
Thank you. So you add the people who work, the 8,000 who worked all day, and the 2,000, you add them partially based on how much they work. 9,000. What's our cost?
Our cost is 150,000. Right? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you get 900,000 from?
8,000 plus 1,000.
No, he said
Cost
900.
transferred from work in process 1 become a raw material in work in process 2. Just like
Okay.
when you
We're
got
adding.
different materials here, there was labor in them, but when you got them, it's a raw material. So when the 750 comes over, it's all things coming is the crude.
Okay, so when we did that transfer and 750,000 came in, we put that. Oh yeah, we just have to put it from the T accounts. I think I did that. Let me make sure.
The 750 is raw material.
So we putting 750 down
That's
and not 100.
150.
Are we gonna put 150 down?
We're gonna put 750 plus 150.
Oh, so we're gonna put okay.
The cost, the old cost that was there, and the new cost.
The new cost and the old cost. Just gonna
Yep.
put that in parentheses.
So the key thing is simply that when you transfer a cost over, it becomes a raw material in the next process.
Okay. Transfer. So we do the transfer cost and the total cost.
And
We add
and
it
the
together.
direct
So we,
materials, right?
so we transfer.
Okay, so you can write on your hard copies.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help?
Mm-hmm.
You think it'll help the other people in the class?
Yeah, I think it'll help them too. It's a cheat sheet. Then you can highlight all the stuff that, the little important parts, like 1 and 4, so you won't get mixed up with 0, like I did.
So that's why, I did that, so hopefully everybody will get their copies made.
Yeah, well, that's what I normally do when we do stuff, though. I just always print it out because it's better to have it on paper than have to flip back.
Yeah,
Um,
flip back and forth if you got
mhm.
it. So I was thinking about the whole class. The whole class got to think about themselves and have their copies.
So our cost will just be $100.
I'll take your word for it. How you get 100?
You did 900,000 divided by 9.
All right, so how many units were complete?
Just 100.
Now I'm down here on line 8, units transferred.
Oh, we on 8. Okay. It's 10,000, right? Oh, let me make
Oh,
sure.
you just stuck on that 10,000.
No, it's 8,000. I am stuck on 10,000.
So what's the cost transferred? How much of
It's
the net?
800.
It's gonna be 800. All right, y'all do the conversion cost. Now I'm not saying anything. Just on the side.
Okay, do the conversion costs.
Can you scroll up? So 75%.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Here your conversion.
75% will be 1,500. And then 1 plus 4 will be 9,500. You waiting on us, or we can just still talk like we was doing? Because if we do the conversion, it will
Go
be
ahead.
1,500.
Okay, go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 75% of 2,000 will be 1,500. And then if you add 8,000 plus 1,500 is 9,500.
Mm-hmm.
And then this total cost, I think we're going to do the same.
No.
Let's look up. No, for total cost, what do we do?
The last two, would it be 475?
Correct.
Okay, 475. But will we plus that or no?
No, we're dividing 475 by 9,500.
Correct.
That's 50.
So one question, you know how we had got 900, we don't do that on that side, on the convergence side.
Say that again.
Okay, so you
The
know how
nine,
we had, how we had put 7,500 plus whatever we did to get 900,000 total. So
You got 4 costs in the account. You got 2
yeah,
raw materials.
right. So we don't do the same for the convergence side is what I'm asking.
Correct. You're gonna add the 2 costs, labor and overhead. Now you could have 4 or 5 raw materials. You can have more, but typically it's only one labor, one overhead.
Okay.
That was so. How much is the labor and overhead?
475.
Okay, we don't. Okay, we got 475.
Mm-hmm.
We
Then
got
50.
about 100 got what?
50.
So how much of it we transferring out then?
8,000.
8,000 again. So how much we transferring out?
What we doing? 50 times
No,
8
400,000.
will be 400,000. Yep.
So the total cost transferred is going to be what?
For
1.2 million.
Okay. So going into this journal entry will be 1,200,000.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh, okay. I see what we're doing. So this is just the simple way of us doing this instead of the stage way that we learned from the activity costing when we did, right?
stage one, I mean, excuse me, stage 2. This is stage 1,
Mm-hmm.
stage two again, stage 3.
I know. I'm saying like it's now it's just like another way. You know how the previous one, how we would do how we would just divide it and then get the rest of the numbers on each side. Like we'll take like 83% of 330,000 from the last when we were just working on activity rate or just put the regular journal entries. Now we're not doing that. We're just doing the chart and
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I get what
We
we're
brought
saying.
up stages, and I'm just saying that
Mm-hmm.
buying raw materials of stage 1, these
Mm-hmm.
working process accounts will still take stage 2, but you got 2 working process accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Then in stage 3, you're still making the transfer, but we're doing the transfer differently.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I said. We're doing the transfer differently, but it all still makes sense.
That's the same
Yeah.
stages.
Mm-hmm. And that's when we'll just transfer 7,500 into credit side on finished goods, and then put 12 million back on debit side, right, for finished goods. Yep. Yeah.
How are we standing now in terms of total cost? Let's see in raw materials. We have what, 650?
Mm-hmm. And then we have 450.
No,
480?
480.
Wait. Hmm.
480.
What did I say? Disregard me. You know, I'm
Yeah,
So
US
we just
here.
like
So-
that, or
Minus
we added
480 is how much?
one
130?
30. Yep. No. Is it 580, 150? Isn't it?
650 minus 480, that's 178 from 15 to 7, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
Minus.
170. It's 170.
So we're all wrong.
So then for working process 1, our total cost in there was how much?
330. See, this is why this should have been on Excel. We need Mikowski.
That's how y'all do your
800,
homework.
802,500.
Transfer it out 750. So how much is left?
2,500.
Then we get the work in process 2. What's the total debits?
Work in process 2.
695,000. Oh, Jesus, that's wrong.
I'm like, how much?
I'm typing.
150 is 275.
1,375,000.
You're right. 1 million.
And then the total is going to be 175,000.
I must celebrate too much or something. So how much is left in here?
175.
175.
Now, finished goods.
Okay.
Go back
Finished
up,
goods.
and it says what? We sold 5,000 units at 4 times the unit cost. 5,000 units at 4 times the unit cost. So what's our unit cost?
150.
Okay, how'd you get 150?
By doing, hold on, I have to do my calculation so I can explain it.
What's 1,000,002 divided by 8,000?
Yeah, that's it.
So we would multiply that by 4 and then by 5,000?
First of all, just get
Multiply what?
So we're going to
The
divide
unit cost,
8,000 into 1,000,002, and how much do we get for the unit cost?
150.
Just like how, yeah, there you go.
So
Like if
some
you
of,
want to put in parentheses, it's just like what we did with our stages.
right.
I was saying, like, for the part where it says 5,000 units at 4 times the unit cost.
Oh,
So what's our selling price going to be?
our selling price is 150, right?
That's cost.
Oh, it said 4 times. So we'll do
Yes,
150 times 4.
600.
600, yep. Here, let me put this in parentheses right here.
So the 150, and it says the selling price multiple is 4. So notice we're determining the selling price at the end.
Oh, okay, instead of at the beginning.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Well, that
If you can
math would equal 3 million.
This is 3 million.
Yes,
Where did you get 3 million from?
adding
Let me
the
go back up.
5,000.
5,000 times 600, I guess is what you did.
Oh yeah, okay. Never mind. I'm a little off again today. Well, not really. I'm just trying to make sure I'm paying attention to the right thing.
She was
So
celebrating her
500.
birthday.
I only celebrated in one day.
Times
3
what?
million. Okay.
150.
What did you say, Professor?
5,000 times 150 for this next entry.
Yep.
So what's 5,000 times 150?
5,000 times 1.
750,000.
There you go.
So we know we got 750 in finished goods. And we subtract, so 750 minus 1,200,000 is going to give us what? 450,000.
Yep, 450,000.
So we finished.
That's it.
That's
That
it.
wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. I can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Wait, I got one question. Where did we get five?
So now we got to do cost of goods sold and
One
cost.
more question, Professor. How did we get, what was the numbers that we did for 750 with the cost of goods sold and finished goods? We did 150 times what?
5,000 the quantity sold.
No, okay, that's 3 million. How did we get the cost of goods?
I don't know this. Okay,
I'm just trying to make sure.
5,000 units, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was our unit cost you said you had?
150.
So what's 5,000 times 150?
I know, but I got that part, but I want to know, how did we get the 750?
What's
I know how
5,000?
we got the sales.
What's 5,000 times 150?
750,000.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if we can knock out a cost of goods manufacturing statement on cost of goods sold.
Okay. So we're going to do this new cost chart up here, or what?
Yeah, we got two working processes. So we didn't
What
have
chart? Which chart you on?
this one.
Okay. Why we got so many charts?
Just so you can practice on.
Okay. I was getting confused a little bit. Okay, so now we just have to plug it in, right? So for
Correct.
direct materials, for
What were the
work in
purchases?
process 1,
What were the purchases?
330,000, right?
I'll take your word for it.
No, the first raw materials we would put 400,000, right?
Yeah. And what was the ending raw materials on this first one? Well, how much did you use? 330?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Put the 330 and then we do the ending balance, right?
yeah, so you can put it in that way. That means that 70,000 was left, correct?
Yes.
What was the labor? Look at your T account.
I know, I'm trying to put it in. Okay, the labor plus 330.
Oh,
Go back up.
do-
I know, I was still trying to plug everything in, Professor. You kind of moving fast. The labor was 272,500.
Oh,
What are you plugging in? So I was wondering.
Hmm?
So 272.
Oh,
uh,
I was, I'm going along so it can make sense. I'm putting my stuff on in the
and
charts too.
that was 200,000.
What was
200.
200? Yeah, the manufacturer overhead was 200.
So what's the total manufacturing cost when we add these up in work in process 1?
72.
470,500.
Go over this T account. I just had extra charts in here. So what was that total cost in work in process 1?
Oh, 8025.
802,500. We didn't have any beginning. What's our ending inventory work? We transferred out 750, right?
Yeah.
So what's the ending working process? We can just look at that T account quickly. And
Go
what? 5 left.
52.
52.5.
Mm-hmm. So we're not gonna put the beginning of the.
Well, we didn't have a beginning.
That's true. That's true. 0. You're right.
Okay.
Go to working process 2.
Okay, so work in process 2. Okay, I got this one this time.
Good. Go ahead.
But now would our beginning be, is it still 0 or would it be 7,500?
I don't know. We got 75. You mean 750,000?
Yeah, 750,000, sorry.
It came in together.
So we would keep that together, so we would keep this 0?
Yeah, just keep this 0. You could, and then just make this. Well, let's put the 750 as beginning.
I mean, just because that's how it's starting off, so I would think it'll make sense.
I think so.
Okay. And then we would add, we're going back up.
How much did we put?
It would be 250, right?
And then the ending in raw materials was what?
250.
On 250, how much was in? How much was left?
Oh, 150 when we put 250 and then 150. Hold on, wait, let me see what we did before I get this saying stuff.
How much was the raw material used? Let's look at the T account for that. And we said the raw materials used was 900,000, right?
Right, which was 250,000, right?
What?
Wait, what did you just say?
750 plus 150 is what? 900,000.
Right.
So the raw materials used was 900,000. So what did the ending inventory have to be?
Okay,
Well,
we
just
put that.
what's 750 plus 250?
750 plus 250.
75.
0, 1. Wait, why you just, how you flip it? I was just doing the calculation. 0, 8, 9. Why you keep flipping it back over? Professor. It's a million, right?
Right. And so the ending inventory had to be what? If you use
100,000.
900,000. Okay.
Okay,
So,
wait, leave that right there. You know why I got confused about the 9,000? Because we just don't have 9,000 in the T account. We have 7,500 and then 150. So I need to highlight that.
okay. What's our direct labor? Working process. Well, go ahead and highlight it.
Our direct labor
Look at the T account.
was 275,000.
I'm gonna take your word for it. Well, the overhead,
200,000.
So what's our total manufacturing cost? Work in process 2?
Um,
What were the debits in that account? $1,375, $1,375,000.
mm-hmm. Hold on, let me bold this. 1,375,000.
And you transferred out $1,200,000, correct?
I did. We did.
So that means we'll have what? 175 left. So what is our total manufacturing cost of goods manufacturing cost?
So we're not going to put nothing right there at the beginning of the working process?
Two numbers. What does this say the total manufacturing cost was? Cost of goods manufactured.
What was your question? I'm sorry. I didn't
What-
hear you.
Are we those two?
So what
Oh, do
cost?
we supposed to add
Adding
1.2 million plus 7,500? 750,000? I don't know, I keep saying that. So it'd be 1,950,000 or no?
yes.
Okay, but we know what? That the ending cost of goods manufactured is always what? The number that's transferred to finished goods.
Right, which is 1.2 million.
Right. So this has to be 1.2.
What has to be 1.2? Oh, that over there. Okay, the total.
So what's going to happen is this overlap cost, that is the cost that came from work in process 1 to work in process 2, we got to take it out.
Okay, show me what you mean by that. Negative?
Yeah, see, we counted it twice, so we got 750 here. So we can't put it up here and work in process 2 independent.
Okay, is it because we got 750 in 1 and 2? Is that what you just said?
Correct.
Okay,
So we got to take it out.
bold this.
So we take it out, then our beginning inventory, 0.
Okay.
What's 650 here?
Oh, we're adding straight across?
Yeah, we're coming across.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go down, it's going to be 170,000.
Mm-hmm. So the raw material used is going to be what? I'll put another minus 750 here.
10, 11, 12. Wait. Hmm.
So what's that number going to be? $330 plus 900 minus 750.
So it'll be 1 point minus 750. That will be 480,000.
Might be a little bit more than that.
If you do,
Okay.
okay, let me just make sure I got my calculation right. If you do 330,
That sounds right.
Can you take away 750,000?
650 minus 170 is 480,
Yeah,
right?
it'll be 480. Yeah.
So how much now is our direct labor? 272.5 plus 275. How much is that?
Okay, now
527, 5,
5 what?
527, 5. Is that what it is?
um,
I just
it's
did that in my head.
547. It's 547.5.
Oh yeah, because that's
Close.
7 plus 7. I was thinking 7 plus 5.
See,
Yeah.
The overheads are what? 400,000.
Mm-hmm.
So the total manufacturing cost, we add these three numbers, which is
We're gonna
480,
add. Okay,
480,
we add these
47.
three numbers.
Get these three numbers here.
Okay, let me highlight it so I can know. I'm gonna put this in red.
You're gonna put that in red.
Okay, so we're gonna do. You can do 480 and 400. That's automatically 880. Then you can do 880 plus
547,500. How much is that?
$1,427,500.
Then we add our ending work in process inventories. How much are they?
So 175.
200.
So it's 52,500. That'd be
220.
227,500.
227.5 from 1,427,500 gives you what?
12 million.
1,200,000.
I mean, yeah, that. Sorry. You know what I mean, 1.2 million.
And our sales were what?
Our sales was 3 million. Beginning of finished goods was 12 million, right? That's what we would put down for the beginning. I mean, not 12 million, 1.2 million. I need to stop saying that.
The beginning was 0, right?
It was,
Then we bring down this cost here.
which is okay. And the ending we'll do 750.
Was that 750 in that account? Finished
Mm-hmm.
goods?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
I'll work for it.
Well, you don't even have to go to the accounts. You can just look at the chart above you.
Right.
One more thing.
So
So then we subtract those from each other. Is that what we'll do, Professor?
that 1,200,000. Okay, the cost of goods sold, 750,000.
So down there. So what would we put for up here?
750 gives you 2,250,000. Well, if you go to the T account, which I just did,
Mm-hmm.
what do you have in finished goods? That,
450. Oh yeah. But you would have got the same if you just subtract them.
but you were saying the finished goods is 750.
Oh
But
yeah, and it's not.
yeah, it's 450.
Okay, I'm gonna stick to the T accounts.
Just stick to the T accounts.
Okay.
So all we really have in terms of, so it's not that much, we're doing some of the same thing. And so for your homework that you'll be turning in, that's the end of the day on this.
The end of the day on Wednesday?
Today,
No, he's saying that we're done for the day. This
Oh,
is
you said we're
probably
done today.
with this
this is
chapter
the
for the
earliest we finish.
I thought you just said it was homework. We got some more homework.
team one is your problem.
That's, I mean,
Wait, team one homework where? So this stuff looked pretty small.
it was the
We
first
got
problem.
12.1.
Yes.
Okay. And this is due Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that should be a problem here. It's team two problem, team three problem. So 3 and 4, y'all can do the same problem. So 3 and 4, you all can do the same problem. I want this
Okay.
done in Excel.
You want it done in Excel?
Mm-hmm. A nice
We got to do
later.
our own template.
We have to make it our own stuff, or are you gonna post it?
Now I'm make y'all do some work.
We got to do our own template.
Yeah, so y'all got to
Well,
learn
I
how to
guess so.
use
We got to get some experience in the Excel. So yeah,
correct.
okay.
More than just, and I know how to do it.
Well, can you
Okay.
just let me know when it's a good time for you to do it?
Okay. Well, I got an exam tomorrow. I'm about to study for my exam. If you want to, we can do it tomorrow over FaceTime. Or I'll probably start it once I'm finished. Like I'm about to study for my marketing exam and then I'll start this. So I'll start some of it and I'll probably text you and see what you're doing.
Now,
Okay.
you can always see, you don't have to overly make it difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's say if we wanted something like this. So
Can I copy that?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
yeah, you just copy it and paste it.
Okay.
Some of it you can, and then you do copy your T-chart. So it's not that bad, but you're going to be able to have your adding and subtracting done automatically for you.
Yeah, that's why I said I want an Excel when I start. Because, I'm trying to figure out how you and McCaskill do math in your head like that.
Who, me?
I'm not there. No, Boyd and McCaskill. I can do the basic math, but they do like real math in their head like that. And I just ain't got that skill yet. And I'm a finance major, so I'm trying to see how do I develop that.
You have to switch to accounting.
We already had this problem, Professor. We already had this conversation.